Hey, what's up you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. It's another Gear Thursday video, and this video is about getting any tone out of just your guitar and your amp. So we've got a nice American Strat, but then we've got the Epiphone Les Paul, really high-end beginner guitar or low-end intermediate guitar. And they both sound really different, and they're the kind of like main categories of guitar. So we're going to talk about amp settings, both guitars, and then we're going to break down all the tones with no pedals, just guitar and just amp. Let's get to it. Let's talk about the amp. Now this is a Black Star, but this is gonna be very similar to lots of other amps. You know, the controls are all pretty much the same. On this particular amp, we have two channels. One is called clean, the other is called overdrive, and it's what you guessed it. Clean sounds sparkly and crystally, and overdrive sounds hot and fierce. So we have two choices, and what we can do is we can hit this button right here that says OD select. That's overdrive select. So right now we're on the clean tone. You can see the green light right there. If I were to hit that, boom, that means now we're in the controls for overdrive. And then this is overdrive equalization. So these controls are EQ controls, like more brightness, more darkness, more mid-range. For now, we're using a clean channel, so we don't have to worry about any of these. But what I like to do when I'm starting with an amplifier is, at least when it comes to the basic equalization controls, I like to just start everything up the middle like that. So if we go back to clean, which is what we're going to be using, we just go to 12 o'clock right now. Now look here, with the clean tone, we just simply have a volume and a voicing. Not every amp's going to have that, but it's just going to give you different colors. You can really use your ear and decide which one sounds better. I'll just leave it like that for now. Now this particular amp has a master volume. So that's the final output of everything else you're doing here. So that's our basic setting for a clean tone. All right, we're going to start with a clean tone with this Fender Stratocaster. Now a Stratocaster style guitar is a single coil pickup design, which means a cleaner, less raunchy tone. It's a little bit brighter sounding, a little more bell-like in its tone and overtones. The other thing we've got here is the tone controls. Different pickups here pick up different elements of the tone. So if I'm in the very front, you're hearing just this pickup, which is a very warm sound. If I move it one switch back, it's both pickups. Sometimes they call it the out of phase sound. That kind of funky sound. It's also the Sultans of Swing tone setting. But one element we're missing in our good clean tone here is reverb. So check out this reverb here. Here's the reverb all the way. We don't want that much, but that's fun. Kind of rounds the tone out a little bit. Okay, so now with these pickup selectors, if I go to the middle, it's all three. And it's actually a really cool sound. I like the sound a lot. So I like the middle pickup selector on clean strats for like strummy chords. The second to the last one's another kind of one of those out of phase kind of descriptions. That's another kind of Sultans of Swing, I think, kind of sound to it. And then when you go to the back, it's going to be your brightest sound. So you're going to hear more country kind of stuff. Actually, for that, you could turn the reverb up. to kind of crank it up a little more. That back pickup's good for that. All right, now I've got my Epiphone Les Paul. I think of this as kind of a more hard rocking guitar. You can get probably more versatile sounds out of the Strat, but it's really hard to emulate a humbucker sounding Les Paul style guitar. On this guitar, we've got 3-way selector here. If it's up top, you're just getting the sound from the pickups here, which is a warmer sound. When I go to the middle, it's both pickups. When I go there, it's the back pickup. And you can hear it's a little brighter. What the Les Paul style guitar does that the Strat does not do is that you have 4 independent controls here. This control is volume just for the front pickup. This control is volume just for the back pickup. And then likewise for the tone knobs. So what you're doing with this kind of guitar is you can blend. I could go to the middle selector where the middle section, both pickups are being picked up, and I could turn just the front off a little bit. Or vice versa, just turn the top down a little bit, and you can blend the sounds together to get different tonal characteristics out of the guitar. If I turn the top one all the way down in the middle, you won't hear anything. But if I turn it up a little bit, it starts to blend the front pickup in with the back pickup. I can turn the tone down. With humbucker pickups, they're a little bit louder than the single coil Strat. So the main adjustments you're going to want to do are just really the output, like the gain or the volume. Also, Strats tend to be a little brighter, but I tend to use the EQ on the guitar controls over the amp controls. I usually keep my amps around the same, but with this guitar, I turned the volume down a little bit. We're going to go for kind of a 70s classic rock tone where the speaker's just starting to break up a little bit, kind of like that classic riffage that you hear. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to switch channels on the amp and go to the gain channel, the lead channel, but we're going to keep the gain kind of low. So what we're doing is we want it to where if we're hitting it really hard, it doesn't sound like heavy metal, but it's got that little bite to it. So let's check that out. I'm going to switch to the overdrive. And then what I'm going to do is I've got gain and volume. The EQ for the overdrive, I just have everything at 12 o'clock right now. And so as I turn the gain up, that's the amount of distortion. So we just want a little bit because it's already the gain channel. It's already hot. Now, if I want to get a little bluesier, you can still use that pickup, but I'm going to actually go for a little different sound, a little blues sound, with now just the front pickup. And I'm just going to turn the gain up just a hair for a little more of a blues sound. We're going to go for a slightly broken up blues sound with the Strat now, and the single coil pickups don't give as much output as the humbuckers on the Les Paul. So I'm going to have to crank things up a little bit. Here's that overdrive, way less output. So we've got volume and gain. So I'm going to turn the gain up a bit. because it's going to be different. And the gain cranked. Once again, SRV, Hendrix, they did use this front pickup a lot, so I'm going to keep it right there. Let's see what we got. All right, now I'm back with the Epiphone Les Paul, and we're going to just go for the heaviest sound we can get out of this combination. I'm going to go to the back pickup. We're going to do the ultimate hard, hard, heavy channel there. Crank that. Maybe turn the bass down a little bit, mids down a little bit as a scoop. We're going to turn the gain all the way up, people, just because we can. What? I can't hear you. Anyway, hope you guys had fun. If there's any other gear you'd like to see me cover, questions, anything at all, let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe here to Marty Music. I really appreciate that, you guys. Hope to rock out with you soon. See you later.